Rex, high five!
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm gonna wait for the Twitch notification thing to pop up on my phone so I can notify it there. Alright, back over here. Capturing. Oh, the settings are funky again. Why does that happen? Why do you always reset to a resolution I don't like? Sorry. Last one. Okay. There we go. Wow, something just happened. Alright, I need to open that up in my app so I can figure out what somebody just followed or something? A few seconds ago. Street Ep6 has followed. Hey man, how's it going? Sorry, I should explain exactly what I'm doing here. I just recorded a bunch of episodes offline, or not streaming, but with my co-star, and around episode 4, maybe 5, I got angry. So I'm not gonna spoil it, but like, things got so bad, we were like, we should, she decided to go get Taco Bell, and I decided to just record another episode solo, just me. We're taking a break, and I'm gonna be fishing this entire time. We're just gonna chill. I'm gonna fish. If you want to go ahead and ask personal questions, go ahead. Whatever, it's cool. I'm probably just gonna rant for a bit. Talk about the show. We're gonna talk about this show. We're gonna talk about side projects or like main projects. I'm not even sure which one's the main project anymore, because like, I am Matt Make Cartoons. I want to make cartoons. Like that is kind of my end game. But you can't really survive on the internet as an animator because it takes too long to put stuff out there. Ergo, Let's Plays. Also, I can make animated Let's Plays out of my own stuff, which, oh boy, there's one coming. Oh, we got some great material coming up. Oh, yeah, I'm a little excited for that. That'd be cool. Oh, that's that. You know what? Yeah, if I look at it from that angle, I'm just gonna stop talking about the incident because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, me and my friend Jazzy. It's her online name. I don't want to get her doxxed. We started this a Terraria series. We wanted to get it started before Halloween. They're really all the holidays, so that we can get those events down. That'll be fun. But apparently they don't start till like mid-October. So yeah, we got a few episodes done. So that's exciting. I'm happy about that. And the audio works. There was a bunch of technical. We recorded so many things where the audio was just unusable and terrible, and we realized we had just wasted like a day, let alone hours upon hours of footage. So that was frustrating, but we fixed that. And then I got mad for other reasons. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna get some more scorpions. I got more bait. There's something over there. That's probably a slime. Ooh. Let me talk about cartoons. Let's talk about cartoons. I really need this. Hey, what's up? Jeffrey's hanging out with me. What's up, man? Are you talking about fish? No way. In a desert? Tell me about it. That's exactly what I'm doing right now, man. Dude, this guy is on it. Yeah, check out that tin can I just caught. That's cool. But no, ooh, bombfish. That'll be useful in the future. I may not trust somebody with the bombfish, but she's... Between the two of us, I'm the one that likes to build and fish. She wants to go on adventures. In fact, dare I say, she's the one that takes risk. Some might say too many risks, especially when there's not necessarily a risk that needs to be taken. She made it entertaining though. She told me that, and I couldn't argue against it, because oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, no, we're not talking about the thing. So, drawing stuff, animation stuff. You'll already know this by the time this comes out on YouTube, because it'll be like episode 4 or 5 or whatever it is. I just finished the intro for this show. I was excited about that. It took a long time to do, not because it was hard, but because like I was kind of dealing with a little bit of depression, a little bit like I just like you got to take things like day by day, and sometimes depression wins, and when that happens, it's just like it's a stay in bed all day kind of deal. I had another tin can, which isn't good, but it's fine. Like as long as like you can bounce back from it, and I did, because like I just had a really bad day. I had a few bad days, but like one really bad day, and by the next one I was like transparent about it. I was honest about it with myself. I like being honest. I like to not lie, not for like the sake of integrity, but because I don't want to keep track of lies. Like it's just, I'm 34 years old, and like lying's just exhausting at this point. Or hiding the truth, just being 100% transparent is just like you skip to the end. Like if you're not going to get along with somebody and you beat around the bush about it, you're just pushing back that future argument. I'm gonna get some more scorpions. Get some more bait. I don't need it. I got like 92 freaking bait. I'm not gonna. You know, I'm done getting scorpions. I'm gonna see if I can finish the bait before this episode's over. I'm probably not even gonna get close. I'm already 8 minutes. I'm giving myself a 30-minute timer for this. That's a giant bird in the background. Yeesh. Where was I? Depression. Battling depression. Bad days. Honesty. Yeah. So, I think I don't know if it's a me exclusive thing. I think it might just be like an age thing. Like right when I hit 30, I started to like cut people out of my life, which was cool. Actually, honestly, that was a fun time. That was a point where like I thought like 21, maybe like 22 was like the last like fun birthday. 24 is when your insurance goes down. And then that was like the last real thing to celebrate, I guess. But honestly, like once you hit like 30, you like look back at like friends you've had since like high school and whatnot, and then you hit a point where you're like, is this person adding grief or joy in my life? And if the grief outweighs the joy, you could be like, you know what? I'm kind of done. I've spent the last 20 some odd years with like I guess toxic people, and you could just say like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore, and you just cut off. So that was the thing. That was 30. 34 is just like in mid 30s turns into like more of a you're on the defense now. You've done the offensive like cut out of life, but then like once you're once you're once you've cleaned house, you get to like meet new people and then decide whether or not they're worth hanging out. Where am I going with this? So yeah, that's why I'm like brutally honest to the point of self-sabotage now, where I'll just know if I'll just tell people like almost very quickly. Just be like, hey man, I don't really actually feel like hanging out. Oh, why? Because I don't want to. Like, ooh, another scorpion. Not gonna get it. I still have like, oh, there's 3 of them though. Woof. And some flounder. Sweet. You know what? For the sake of continuity, I will explain that. I don't have any viewers. I'd say. that one really annoying thing happened at the end of the last episode. Not only that, but my co-star resolved it. She went over and got her gold back off camera. So nobody even is going to have the pleasure of seeing that. It's just... Which some of you are going to be like, thank goodness they have wasted enough of my time dealing with that specific thing. You'll know later on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. But, that got to me. I spent like 6 minutes just fuming, waiting for the timer to freaking get done so I could close up the episode. But oh man. But I'm not gonna get mad. We're fishing. I've only actually gone fishing once, and I didn't have a very good teacher. Well, the teacher was doing the best he could, but I mean, whatever. It wasn't my dad. Speaking of people I won't freaking include into my life. It's 2 p.m. now, in game, not in real life. I won't tell you what time it is now. You'll know. Or you're watching on YouTube and you don't know, which is fine. I just ate a sandwich. PB&J. Just like a quick dinner. I think I had dinner. I don't know. I had a late breakfast, and then that just messed up my entire afternoon. It was pretty much just like brunch, and then it was just like it was like 11:30 breakfast, and then it's just like what I want to have lunch before I have dinner. Like it's a mental thing for me. Not necessarily a time thing. So like between lunch and dinner time, I squeezed in a lunch for some reason. It's weird I'm not fat. I'm a little fat. I'm not like fat though. My body's not where I want it to be. But it's not like horrible. That took a weird turn. I got another flounder. I haven't gotten a single crate this entire time, have I? No, I haven't. Weird how I got a follower that just left. Alright. Thank you for following, mysterious stranger. I probably know you. If I cut you out of my life, I apologize. Or I don't. I don't know. You know, if you had it coming, you know. Wow, I'm not even breaking 80 freaking bait. This is our starting house, by the way, for those of you that are seeing it for the first time. Oh, got some more bombs. Because it was like, we were just surrounded by desert, and we were like, alright, and the goal is we wanted to start off in a regular grasslands cave, explore that, get treasure, accordingly level up to a new biome. Couldn't find anything in that first biome. And we found this pond, and we were like, you know what? We're gonna build a house next to the oasis. Got another old shoe, sweet. I don't know if the capture is picking it up, but I can hear my dog snoring in the distance. 2 dogs. I got 2 dogs. One of them is really nice. Fuck you, Bella. Like, I love Bella. 2 dogs. Sid and Bella. Sid is they're both rescues. They're both definitely rescues. Sid is a bully, is what the vet calls his breed. 3/4 pit, 1/4 bulldog. Which is cool because he's both... He's brindle and stripes, and also he's white with spots, and he has yellow eyes. He has a lot of cool stuff going on for him. Doesn't have his ears though. I don't know who did that to him, but I would love to meet the guy. That would be a fun encounter. And then there's Bella. Oh, and Sid is just... He needs attention at all times. If you have a pit, you know. It's just, they're the neediest dog. But I love him. You're super cute. Oh, sweet, got an oyster. What does an oyster do? I've gotten a few. Oh, get you. Nope. Okay. Oyster, 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 oyster. There you are. Right click to open. Oh, it's just like a crate, but natural. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna save it for, I'm just gonna fill up my pockets with stuff to open. Or maybe I'll open something up by the end of the stream. I'm only gonna do this for like a half an hour. Nighttime's coming though. I'll switch to the roof. I'll do that at least. After this next bite. Okay. Alright, going to the roof. I really am just gonna fish this entire time. If you saw the last episode, you know why. Why did I do that? But then, okay, yeah, so dogs. So that's Sid, Pitbull Bully, freaking brindle stripes, yellow eyes, ears cut off. He, oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's knock out tragic origin story. Freaking, he is super duper rescued. Not like found in a shelter rescue, but like two friends of mine, Jeff and Michael, two old friends of mine. I accidentally cut him out of my life, but they didn't actually deserve it. Actually, that whole friend group didn't really deserve it now that I think about it. That's just something else. I'll get to that in a second. But, important thing is Sid. They found him in, like, literally an alleyway in the rain in downtown Sacramento. I want to say in the corner of, like, J and something. Like, near that bridge, if you know what I'm talking about. The bad one. The one that's, like, way too narrow. But, they found him. Like, they saw him from the car, and I want to say it was probably Michael that was like, stop the car. Like, I just, like, spotted him and, like, picked him up. And, because they already had two pits, and they love pit bulls. And this guy he was definitely showing signs of, like, abuse, so freaking, they were not gonna, like, let that dog stay on his own for that night. Took him in. They already had two dogs. That was the limit of their apartment complex, so they had to, like, surrender him somewhere. They were gonna drop him off at the SPCA, but then I was like, you know what? I could take a dog. I've never had my own. I've had, like, family dogs as a kid, but as an adult, I've never had, like, my dog. Like, that's something I never had. Ah, sweet, finally got a wooden crate. Ooh. I'll open one of these things just to have closures by the end of the episode. But yeah, no, so freaking, I told them, I was like, you know what, it's gonna cost me money to pick them up from the SPC anyway, so might as well, if you guys don't mind, can you drop them off over my place? And they did. They brought him over. And I was like, okay, this is like, I've never personally dealt with an abused dog before. Like, I didn't even, like, read up on it. I was just like, I'm about to freaking be the primary caretaker and the the one responsible for, hi zombie, a freaking abused pit bull. And ooh, man, me not trying to get worked up talking about one of the saddest things. Freaking, so they drop off Sid. They've already named him Sid, CID, named after the Final Fantasy character. I don't know which one. In my mind, it's Final Fantasy 9, because that's my favorite one, but I don't know. It's not their favorite, so probably not. But, they drop him off on the freaking... Ooh, got a flounder. They drop him off, like, on my doorway, just to be like, alright, so if he comes in under the house on his own, like, he knows it's cool. And I'm, like, on the other side of the living room, like, opposite the door. And I'm, like, on a knee. I've taken a knee, and I'm just trying to be welcoming, but, like, still just, like, I'm not gonna force this dog. Like, I don't know if, like, what his triggers are, or whatever. And, they freaking drop him off, and he is, like, head staring at the ground, Okay, another crate, sweet. Staring at the ground, and he just kind of slants into the house and then just goes directly, slowly into my chest and cuddles up. And all of my freaking, like, suppressed dad urges are just like, oh, my baby! So, yeah, that was me meeting my dog that I've had for, like, 9 years now, who's currently dreaming. If I had I need to put a doggy camera up eventually, if I can afford it. But yeah, no, that was me meeting Sid. And then, the very next day, I actually did take him to the SPCA just because I needed, like, a vet, and it was California, and pit bulls get certain treatments for free. Mostly just to ensure that they get neutered. That was weird. It was like, I'm not 100% agreeing with this, but also I'm going to take advantage of it. But he also had injuries. Like, somebody had definitely recently cut off his ears, because that's what people do to pit bulls when they're monsters. And he also had a cut across his forehead, his front left paw, and he had like a limp on his back right paw, if I remember. So I'm like carrying this dog to the SPCA, and I bring him in. I'm like, hey, we just found this dog, and he needs like help, and yeah, I'm his owner now, and the vets there, bless their hearts, they gave him the medical attention that he needed, but apparently I wasn't able to claim him yet. Because they told me, I wish I knew this beforehand because I would have just straight up lied, but if you find a dog in California, no matter what condition you find the dog in, you are legally required, not even obligated, but required to spend, 30 days attempting to find the previous owner. And I'm like holding this bloody dog. Just like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, sorry, it's the law. I'm like, okay, cool. And back in those days I still had a Facebook, so like my attempt for 30 days to find the previous owner was one single passive-aggressive freaking Facebook post that was just like, hey, my friends just found this dog that I'm taking in. Here's a list of all his injuries. If you're the one that did it to him, go ahead and speak up. I dare you. And I just waited. 29 days later, he was mine. Sure enough, nobody spoke up, weirdly enough. I was still kind of, I remember, like, sometimes I would, like, walk him in, like, downtown Sacramento just to see if somebody could be like, oh, that used to be my dog. But like, sweet, I'm calling the cops. But that never happened. But he's a sweetheart. I love that guy. Bella's okay. Oh man, she sucks. She sometimes dogs can be terrible, and dear God, she man, she's this wiener dog who is also abused, but like a different kind of abuse. Like I just farted. I don't know if this studio, I don't know if the thing picked it up. All right, whatever. But I apologize if you heard it. Ooh, got another flounder. Man, it's almost morning, and there hasn't been a floating eye yet. Yeah, I'm gonna actually be able to fish this entire time. Sweet. Because I don't want to fight any monsters. I don't want to deal with anything. But yeah, where was I? But yeah, Bella. She also an abused dog, but like a different kind of abuse. She's a dachshund, the third type of dachshund. Like there's like the short-haired with like black and brown like eyebrows and mouth, like Rottweiler skin, but on a wiener dog. That one. And then there's like the long-haired ones that are like all like chocolate, like warm chocolatey brown. But she's like the third type, which I guess is like, I've been told Maltese, but that's actually like a breed of cat, I think, where like she's like 3 colors, white, black, and brown. But she's all just a bitch. Like she, which is fine. She freaking apparently, like, she doesn't have any teeth, because apparently for like the first like 7 years of her life, like she spent it in like a hamster-sized cage, And from what I'm told, I've only have like hearsay of this, and I haven't met these people that did this, but like their version of quote unquote taking care of. Oh, sweet, another wooden crate. Definitely gonna open one of these before the episode's done. Oh, Floaty Die. Hi, Floaty Eye. Let's do this. Alright, come at me, bro. But yeah, no, so apparently like their version of like taking care of the dog would be cleaning that cage once a week. And that was it. She just spent her life in that freaking cage. So, like, she's good now. She gets the cuddles. She just, like, but like, and like when I took her to a vet, like she had to go have surgery done with like a puppy freaking dentist, and they just removed all of her teeth because on top of other health issues, they were like, they were rotted right out. There was nothing we could do to save. So now she's like on a strict soft food diet. But she's also like not food disciplined, which I kind of get. I'm gonna get on the patio again. Yeah. Which I kind of get because of her history. But like, if I give her any agency at all, if she's like in the living room at all and I have left for like 2 seconds, she is straight to the trash can or to Sid's bag of food. Like she suddenly is the most freaking acrobatic dog ever, and she will find a way to get extra food and just wolf down whatever she can find as fast as she can, as much as she can, and she will not stop. And it's kind of annoying because like I found her limit of how much she can eat. Like I will feed her twice a day, her stomach's worth of soft food, breakfast and dinner, because if she eats any more than that, she poops. She poops like crazy. She poops all over the house. One time she did it while like staring at me, and I was like, "Hey Jeff, what's up, man? Yeah, I've been fishing all night. What's up? Yeah, there's scorpions out here. Oh, you love me. Oh, you love sword fighting during the daylight for money. Oh, you like my co-star. She's the one that goes on adventures. Sometimes she takes too heavy of risk. Those that less. This is for YouTube later, but if you, man, yeah, no, if you, when you see what is going to be the last episode before this one airs, you'll know why I needed to spend a half an hour fishing, which is fine. This feels good. This is good. So yeah, no, Sid and Bella. That's they're a fun set of twins, a pit bull and a wiener dog, and she's the mean one. That's the other thing too. Sid loves everybody. I could like unleash him in a crowded room of people and other dogs, and he'll ignore the dogs and like go from person to person, going like, okay, now you pet me. Okay, now you pet me. Okay, now you pet me. And Bella, she used to attack people, but I've been working on that, and she stopped. She still sucks at other dogs though. So working on that. She's probably gonna die of old age before I have her fully trained on that, but I'm still trying. It's fine. She's getting loving. She had a rough start. I'm giving her like what I can towards the end. Oh sweet, another flounder. Oh, I'm gonna make so much food by the end of this. But yeah, that's the dogs. And co-star stuff. Show stuff, animation stuff. I really wanted to. I've made a bunch of animated Let's Plays. If you're watching this, you probably know. Of like Game Grumps, Fanimations. Nobody responded to my emails, so none of them are official. Neebs Gaming, that was one of them. What else did I do? It was that. Oh man. Oh yeah. There was one where they broke up, but I used to know personally these two guys that would stream, and their names were actually, honestly, what was it, Holmes and Watson? That was their last names. So when they met each other, they were like, okay, we have to start a Let's Play, and I did animated Let's Plays of their stuff. But that was like early stuff. I'm actually I've gotten better at animation since I worked on that stuff, and it shows. But no, it was, I don't want to say frustrating, but no, it was frustrating. Let's not beat around the bush about it. It sucks when you put something out there, especially like an animated thing, and like it just doesn't make a ripple. Like nobody ever responds to it, and I'm just like, oh, okay. So like, I've decided if I'm gonna continue animated Let's Plays, I'm just gonna animate my own stuff. And dear God, did I get some good material last episode. Love my co-stars. She's fine. She's wonderful. She's a wonderful human being. I'd have barely even talked about her. Her, yeah. Oh no, I did a little bit. God, we've been friends for almost as long as I've had Sid. Right? No more. Yeah, she was like 2 years on Sid. Man, ooh, friendship almost ended. Let us. No, it didn't. It's fine. She can be frustrating, but she's still my friend. Oh crap, I hit like a half an hour. That's enough for an episode. Yay! We did it! I ranted for a half an hour. I might continue fishing on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna continue fishing on stream. But as far as like just one more episode for the night so I can meet my little quota, I'm good. She decided to quit and go to Taco Bell. Not quit the show, but just like call it a night for the sake of mental health. Which is why I'm digitally fishing right now. Sweet, another oyster. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end it with a crate. A single crate open. Or maybe I should do the Oasis one. I'm gonna do the, you know what? I earned the Oasis one. You know what? I'm gonna split these crates, this crate, but I'm gonna do the Oasis one. Here we go. Scarab bomb. Snake charmer flute. Summons rope snakes. I'm gonna replace knives. Maybe, is it hostile? What? What are you? What? What even? What? Okay. Can't wait for Jazzy to see that. That's awesome. All right. I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna keep streaming, but I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, for the sake of YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for. Oh, okay. That's how long that thing lasts. Okay, got it. I got an emergency rope. That is awesome. I love that. I'm gonna. Oof. Yeah, no, that might just replace my rope. I'm gonna do that. But bye, YouTube. Thank you.